So you've had students check in and share their form. There's a couple things you can do with this. First, as you hover over each one, Google will show you whether or not you can see what it is that they're doing. So it looks like this person did not actually start editing anything. Yeah, this was the sample. Oh, wait, but they added the information behind. So I was wrong. If mom or dad decided to check in, I could easily share with them what this is, and I could redirect that student to delete the instructions part so we can print it on just one page. I have them color-coded based on did they claim it properly, did they not? And over here are the links to where they're working on their assignment. And as they make changes, it automatically changes it with them. Look over here. This particular student did not fill it out properly when she when she shared the link. She forgot to hit anyone at NEISD can view. So request access so that you can get access. And I also highlighted that person in black because I need to go back through and make sure they understand the sharing process. Over here, you'll notice the timestamp. I'm sharing this page publicly with the students so that they can see exactly who claimed which person, because I said nobody in the same class period can claim the same person. And as the day progresses, in 8th period, they can see what other class periods have claimed. So if they're short on ideas, they can flip through and get some ideas from other people. Over here, I would hide this so that the students can't click on each other's work. So over here, I would highlight all three, right-click, hide columns G through I. And what that means is these students, all we see is their first name, their class period, the time they claimed it. So if they're 5 minutes ahead of the others, then they get precedent of the other person who wanted the same person. And these would be some of the famous Hispanic heritage people being claimed for the posters they're doing. Notice I've color-coded them based on my own system, and some of that had to do with who was ready to go, who wasn't, when it came time to print or present. Whenever we do this, you have a lot of different options to sort. In this case, it's going based on the timestamp, and what we want to do is change this data and sort it. We could sort it by all different things, but first we've got to tell the computer that it has a header row, and what that means is it's looking for these titles, timestamp, last name, first name, and that way last name stays on top instead of ending up alphabetically in the L category. Let's say we wanted to search this by the people who are being claimed, and then let's see who claimed them first, timestamp, and hit sort. In this case, these were the people. So the reason these two are out of order is because somebody put a space before that, which is what's causing it to be out of alphabetical order. Otherwise, it should follow A to Z or Z to A, depending on whichever you clicked. So we can see who all claimed which person. It looks like Carlos Santana was fairly popular, Christina Aguilera, and there's lots of different ones that people could choose. Let's say we wanted to see who claimed him first or her first. Once again, go to Data, Sort Range. We've got to tell it has a header row, so it looks for these titles, and timestamp. And here we are again where it goes in the order that it was submitted. So it's got 150 responses, all in order that they were submitted that day. But it's time to put in the grade for this planning part of the project. I don't want it in order of turned in. I want to know by class period. I'm going to highlight again. When you click this top left-hand button, it highlights everything. I'm going to go to Data, Sort Range, has a header row, and I'm going to say I want it all by class period. Oops. And then add another sort column. So class period. Then the next thing I want is by last name and by first name. And I'm going to hit sort. So what it does, I've hidden the last name column for student privacy, but it does by last name, then by first name, and has all of the class periods together. So I can go down my grade sheet and know that these students all filled in and these ones did, and I can identify exactly who still needs to work on what. One of the other great things you can do with this is you can actually compile a chart from the information. All you do is highlight the column that you would like, and if you push Control and click, it will unchoose that. So it won't have an option saying complete name. It'll only have the different people who were chosen. What we're going to do is go to Insert, Chart. These are the different people who were chosen. We can make it bigger or smaller based on whatever it is. Over here, we can play with the styles. I kind of like this one. And you can even change colors and you can change data. So the ones that were hidden, you could include those or you could not. And so whenever you go to do this, you could even go and put this into your presentations. So you could right click and copy, or you can highlight it. See how the dots show up? Control C for copy. And then go to a presentation. You could paste it in there, and it gives you this option. You could link it to the spreadsheet, which means as new responses come in, you can click it and update it to show the new responses. We can also change the style of it. But it is more like a picture, and so it does kind of stretch it. But it's up to you however you want to do it. And as new answers come in, you could update the link when new answers come in, and it would update as you click it. In this case, we're going to squeeze it back over here so it's not taking up so much space. And once again, I can post this by sharing the link on my teacher website or on our Google Classroom. I could copy the link. Please be careful when you go to share your link. Make sure you change it to where it's not restricted. That's the default now. And then you can change it to Northeast ISD. Since I had students doing these on their own devices, I changed it to where it was anyone with the link so that if their cell phone didn't have their NEISD login, it would still allow them to answer it. So I could copy that link and share it on Google Classroom, and the students could see each other's responses. But remember, I've hidden all that personal information that I don't want the other students to see. There's far more you can do with the Google Sheets. If you notice down here, you can add sheets, so you can actually link these up, you can rename them, you can make copies, and that way they're all in one location instead of trying to go into your Google Drive into different places. If you want to learn more, there are some excellent tutorials on Google that could help you a great deal with even more bells and whistles that go on in Google Sheets.